things are uh, thank you. Okay, so each and every organization is having these kind of CIA triad. Okay, this is a CIA triad. I'm telling you one thing. If you guys couldn't understand in English or in Hindi, or if you are getting trouble while I'm telling you in English or something, please ask me. I'll speak you in your native language too, because I can able to tell it in Telugu also, but I'm not much good in Hindi, but I'll try. Okay, that's not a big deal. I'll elaborate it at least. Okay, my intention is you have to understand the concept. You don't need to what it is. You don't need to forcefully understand it. You have to understand it, feel freely. Then only you can able to get the job, or you can able to understand the other concepts which is going to relate it. Okay, so each and every organization, whether it is a internet connective or it is not internet connective, also the CA triad is must and should, because cyber security is not only related to the internet only. Let's assume if anyone going to steal the data with the help of pen drive or any remote connective devices, also that should be considered as a cyber crime. Okay, so, what is CIA? CIA stands for these three pillars. One is a confidentiality, and the other one is integrity, and the other one is availability. Confidentiality is nothing but it is just relate to authentication and authorization. That means if you are working in an authorization at some level, maybe you are a L2 engineer or a L1 engineer or L3 engineer, like a entry level job or some kind of experience you have, or maybe you are a team lead or a manager. So based on your tag, your levels, they'll give you some level of accesses to the resources, and also based on your job role, also they'll give you some level of accesses. Let's assume I'm working in a company as a cybersecurity professional, but the crazy part is I'm not able to access anything until unless I've got the chance to do the security pen test only. They'll allow me because I'm enough capable to break down the application and at any second. That's why at the point of time once they gave me the access, then only I'm going to do my pen test, and then I have to complete it within the period. Maybe it is a non-business time. Usually, each and every organization company they have some non-business time. Let's take it as a banking sector. Banking sector don't have a non-business time because every time something will going to happen, like a net banking, CPS, everything is going to connect to the banking servers. But still, officially, maybe morning to evening, there is a official banking time is there. So non-business time means at midnight, like 1 p.m. or 12 p.m. The people who is behind working that banking applications, whether are developers or like infrastructure engineers or security engineers, are going to test those things. So confidentiality is nothing but authentication and authorization must be given to the specific person who is having, who needs to do that specific work. Okay, if you are only authorized, that means if you are a pen tester, you have to do the pen test today only. That is a that is also in between sometime to sometime, then only they'll give you the authorization. Okay, maybe you are an employee in that banking sector, or maybe you are employee in that specific organization. You have the authentication. That means you can able to log in and watch what are those things, but you don't have a super admin access to do all the things at that point of time. Whenever you need to do that, if it is required, then only they will give you the authorization to access as a super admin level. So it is nothing but authentication and authorization and encryption. That means it should be in a encrypted format. That means no one can able to access or no one can able to read it. Usually in digital format there are three things are there. One read, another one is write, and other one is execute. So that means who wants to watch it but who doesn't need. Let's assume your company wants to you watch a specific document, but they don't want you to modify it. They don't want you to edit it. Okay, so and they don't want you to execute it. At that point of time, they'll give you a read option only, so you can able to read. You can't do anything with that document. So those kind of things will come under the encryption or authentication or authorization and access controls also. And also multi-factor is already, there are two, three kind of things are there when it comes to each and every company. If you are going to work in any IT sector, they'll give you a multi-factor authenticator. You have to install it in your mobile. Whenever you are logged into that specific organization accounts, it will send a code to that authenticator, or maybe it is every few seconds the code is generating. So you have to enter that specific code also while you are giving your credentials. It looks like a kind of OTP or something. Once all the things are you are given perfectly, then only you'll get the access into that application. So the thing is, confidentiality is nothing but only the authorized people or persons or employees can only able to access the specific data. And integrity. Integrity is nothing but anything like any data or any kind of information inside that organization which needs to be stored as a confidential. It won't be altered. I told you earlier, like a read, write, execute accesses, right? That means you can't modify anything. If it is a confidential file, then you need to take the permissions to do anything. Without permission, without giving a hint to any other superiors, you can't alter, you can't modify any other thing. So integrity is nothing but the data should be same. Let's assume you are working in a company, there is a specific individual confidential file inside there. It should be maintained from last few years. No one touched it, no one modified it, because it is having the confidential data. So it never be altered until unless the organization wants to alter it because of the circumstances or something. So that is called integrity. Okay, the data will never be altered by at any cost until unless the organization want to alter it or modify it or edit it. And when it comes to the availability, every company wants to give their service to the customers or the clients. Let's assume you are working in a um, Netflix. So you have to maintain, or your organization have to maintain this confidentiality, integrity, and availability. When it comes to the availability, the Netflix application should never be down even a second. 24 by 7 it should be available to each and every customer who wants to watch movies, or who wants to watch, or who wants to uh, who have the subscription. That means availability. The servers or the databases or whatever it is related to that Netflix application, it should be available. That means it should be running fine. Then only the application should be available. It's nothing but the application or the service should be available 24 by 7. That is the actual thing. So these three pillars are the major things to take care about any other organization. Okay, without confidentiality, integrity, or availability, no application will sustain more time. These are the main pillars in each and every company will maintain. So while we are going to do the pen testing and all the things also, we are going to concluding is anything is altered, or any compromises happened at confidentiality, integrity, or availability. Okay, we are going to do on that perspective also, and we have to find out, is there any modifications happened, or unauthorized editings or alterings are happened also. We have to get it let to know the specific organization at the point of time. Maybe sometimes you directly work as a employee inside, like a direct employee to those organizations. Sometimes you are working in a specific service based company, you have to go to work on specific companies. Like if you are working in a TCS, but you have to give your work to HDFC Bank for some point of time, a 1 week or 10 days or maybe 1 month. You have to work under HDFC to find out the vulnerabilities, and you have to submit the report to them. Those kind of things also will happen. Okay, and I've elaborated each and everything in these documents. Just go through it. Even though in confidentiality, integrity, and availability also, there are individual pillars also there. So what is going to make those perfect? Yeah. And when it comes to the cyber security, we are going to learning about the hacking, because we have to prevent the hacking before it is going to happen. So at this point of time, we have to act like a hacker, whether a good or bad, whatever it is. You have to act like a hacker to find out the vulnerabilities inside an application. That is the one and only motive we have. So for that, if we are going to hack anything, we have to gather some uh, required information. Let's assume if you guys want to plan a trip, if you want to go to Ladakh, you have to plan the trip, right? You have to take a note, like how we are going to do, how much distance it is, and how what is the mode of travel, and what should we need in this point of time, how many days it will take. Okay, what is the food we are going to eat, or else what is the money we need to spend at this point of time, and what is the budget and all, everything you are going to take a note, and everything aligned only, then you are going to start your trip. The same way, before you are going to start an attacking an application, whether you are going to find a vulnerability, or maybe with the help of vulnerabilities also you have to attack the application, you have to do your work, like which is called a reconnaissance. You have to gather enough information about that application. Even though if you are working in a TCS is giving the pen test or security audits to each and every bank in India. I'm just giving an example. So your task is you have to go to the HDFC bank and you have to find out the vulnerability inside it. Before you are going to the HDFC bank, you have to take, or you have to make some notes from your end. You have to gather much more information related to the HDFC bank. That means you have to gather what it is. It's a bank. That means it's a financial firm. So you have to take a note. So what is runs under HDFC? Credit cards, debit cards, house loans. When it comes to the application, what kind of application they are using, what kind of technology stack they are using. If you find out, okay, if you find out in a outer surface, or like any kind of browser, or in an open way, if you can find out how much you can find out, you can able to note down it. Sorry. Moreover, once you gather the enough information, let's assume HDFC uh, netbanking.com or hdfc.com or hdfc.net is there. You have to find out what is beneath the domain. Usually, the domain is representing only, once we are going to hit that domain, it is going to redirecting to the IP address. Okay, because servers can talk with the IP addresses only. For our sake, we are using these domains because we cannot remember each and every domain. If you want to go to Google, you don't need to give the IP address. If you want to use the Flipkart, you are not going to give the IP address. Instead of that, we are just going to search the Flipkart, or do the Google. The same way, we are going to find out the IP address. If you couldn't find the IP address, you can't able to hack that, or you can't able to gather more information related to that. So there are two kind of reconnaissances are there. One is a passive and the other is a active. Passive is nothing but you are just doing like a Google search, or maybe you are going to find out with the help of any other web browser. Okay, you can able to see LinkedIn, DNS records, who is or whatever it is. So there is a one thing, collecting leaked credential on dark web, but we are not going to that much level. Okay, we don't need to go there actually. There is a security threat to us also. Proper Without proper training, you can't able to access the dark web. Okay, it will lead to some other issues also. So we are going to gather the information in outside world. After that, we are going to connect it to the banking sector. Each and every company have a SOC team, in-house SOC team. Okay, security operations center is already there in each and every organization. Okay, so they act like a defender. So we have to create an establishment with the SOC will give you the enough data to find out the issues. They'll give you, hey, we are using these servers in Amazon. We are using the services of Amazon or Azure or Google, and at particular region we've hosted all our infrastructure, and we are using SQL databases, and we are using like this and like that and like that. Based on that, we are going to directly hit the application, and we are going to scan those applications directly. We are not going to run any pen test directly. We are going to scan it first. So what are the things over there? We have to find out, is there any ports opened? Okay, is it allowed to whom? Let's assume if the application is open to the outer wall, that means they allowed 0.0.0.0, which is nothing but a universal IP. That means any kind of device, any IP if you having, you can able to connect it to that IP, that bank server. So is there any kind of issues over there? Because it is open to everything, and are they are having any kind of security measures are there? From there, from that level of basic level of things to, we are going to start, and we are going to gather the enough information again in the active reconnaissance. We are going to directly scan the banking applications with some kind of tools. So once we gather enough information, so we are going to try to attack the application. Let's assume React.js have a specific vulnerability find out in December, last December in 2025. That is the biggest vulnerability found out from last 2 3 years actually, because it is a RCE, remote code execution. That means if that kind of RC is available in any kind of application, that application can be accessible to anyone until unless it got found by a hacker. Hacker can able to access it like a super admin. He can able to install, reinstall, or download, or maybe delete, or maybe he can able to make the DB into sleep state. We can do anything once we got. So we have to find out, okay, so we already know some kind of React JS flavor or a version is already having kind of issue. Are these guys also having this kind of version? Let's assume HDFC is also using the React JS only in a backend, or maybe in a backend, sorry. So we have to find out, okay, these are having this. We are going to find out, there are some websites are there, I'll tell you. We have to find out those details. Okay, in React JS, what kind of version first they are using, we'll find out. If they are using version 19, then it will be the biggest issue, because in version 19 only there is a RCE. So immediately we have to do pen test, and we have to let it know to that SOC people also. Hey, I found out a biggest vulnerability inside our application. Let me allow to do or run some kind of pen test. If they allow, you have to run the pen test, and you have to take the report, you have to take the screenshot and all. If there is such kind of RC, you can able to uh, take everything inside the application. So once you take the screenshots and data which is needed to showcase that that vulnerability, you have to create your report, and you have to submit it to your CISO, the chief security officer. You have to submit it to them. Then they are going to discuss about that. They are going to review it. They are going to find out what is exactly. There are two kind of things is there. One is false positive, true positive. Okay, false positive is nothing but it's a dummy kind of thing. It won't impact anything. True positive means it is actually existed, the vulnerability is real, it is existed. So then only they are going to take the appropriate action. They are going to tell it to the developers are going to remodify the code and eliminate those kind of bugs. Again, it came back to us. We are going to retest that, and we have to make sure, we have to confirm it. The one and only thing each and every company or organization is expecting, a genuine report from the pen testers. Because if pen tester couldn't focused on that application properly, it may lead to the hack. We don't know whether you are a permanent employee in that company, or you are just giving a support to a specific company. Also, that should be a very big issue. If a hacker happened, if you miss anything like RC or any kind of major vulnerability, the company's reputation gone, and it comes to an outcome of a crores of loss. That's why nowadays companies are taking this security as a major concern. Okay, previously SOC also given by some vendors, but nowadays from last 5 years or 6 years, I think they are completely taken into the in-houses only. They are not taking the SOC people from outside or vendors. They are directly making into in-house. And nowadays VAPT also becoming in-house employees only. They are not taking it from the vendors because these guys are having, or these guys are know what is the actual capacity of the application and what are the actual breaking points inside that application. That's why instead of taking it from the vendors, the VAPT guys from the vendors, they are taking it directly. Okay, usually not every company will do these tests like a security pen test. Maybe quarterly is earlier, or 6 years, 6 months once, or a yearly once. But nowadays, people are expecting at least they are going to do these pen tests in a 2 weeks once. Okay, every 15 days or every sprint, they want to check these things at a surface level at least. Okay, so these things only I've explained in previous classes, and also I've explained the IP address. Okay, I've explained the IP address. Okay. So usually there are two kind of IP addresses are there. One is IPv4, other one is IPv6. The thing is, we don't need to learn more about this IPv6 because it is a 128-bit IP address which is having numbers, numeric numbers, and letters too. So we don't need to worry about it. We don't need to understand about that kind of thing. The thing is, the traditional IP address is IPv4, which is having 4 billion IP addresses are available in the present market. So it is a 32-bit IP address. Okay, and there are two major things. One is public IP, other one is private IP. Private IP is just used for a recognition purposes only. It's not valid IP address. So we have to consider only the public IP addresses. So what is exactly difference between public and private IP is, let's assume you are um, using your Wi-Fi router. Sorry, you are using your Wi-Fi to browse the internet or something. So it is comes from your Wi-Fi router. You know, if you are going to log into your if you are going to do this, what is my IP in your laptop, in your mobile, at a time in any other device which is connected to that specific router. Let's assume I'm using Geo Wi-Fi. At this point of time, I'm taking this class in my laptop. At the same time, I'm using my mobile also. My mobile also is also connected to this same Wi-Fi. If I'm going to do the same, what is my IP in both mobile and laptop, it will show this IP address only. The thing is, this is my Wi-Fi router's IP address. Okay, this is my Wi-Fi router's IP address. This is the actual public address, public IP address. Okay, but the thing is, I don't have, or my laptop don't have a public IP address until unless it is going to connect it to any other resource which is giving the internet, whether it is a router, or let's give me an example. If you are using mobile your mobile is also having mobile data, you are not connected to your Wi-Fi, then at that point of time, if you do the what is my IP, it will show you some other IP. Okay, and if you are going to close that my IP portal and everything, okay, after that again you are going to do the same thing, it will show different IP. Okay, a minute before it will show you the different public IP. Okay, after 1 minute it is again showing a different public IP. Okay, that is called, there is a static and a dynamic public IP addresses are there. Okay, if it is comes to any device like a Wi-Fi or a stable thing which is giving you the internet by internet service provider, they'll give you a static IP. This IP won't be changed. Okay, for suppose if you are using your mobile and you are not connected to Wi-Fi, the thing I told you earlier, if you are going to on and off, like if you are going to use browsing the internet, or if you are sometimes you are switch on the mobile data, sometimes you switch off the mobile data. So only when you are going to use the internet, at that point of time only they'll give you a dynamic private public IP address by the internet service provider. Okay, at that point of time only. Simply, if you don't have a recharge, or if you don't have a SIM inside your mobile, that means you don't have an IP address until unless you have a SIM card, and that SIM card is also having available recharge, like data is like a net recharge, what it is, data recharge, then only you can able to access the internet or something, or your applications inside the mobile can able to access the internet, even though that internet is given by the service provider will give you a session based IP address. Session based is nothing but, if I'm going to close this one, okay, again I want to check my IP. So the previous what I've checked, like my IP is called as a session. At some point of time you are using some or you are browsing the internet or something, is known as a session only. Okay, so at that session based only they'll give you the IP. So the temporary IP is known as a dynamic IP. It will be changed regularly, but if you are going to verify these things, it won't be changed. Like a static IP, you can see it is the same thing only. Okay, the devices which will provide, okay, like our Wi-Fi routers or any kind of things, it won't be changed. Even though if you check, if you connected through your mobile, tablet, or laptop, whatever it is, it won't be changed.
But IP information is changing, sir. Previously, it is shown Mumbai, Maharashtra.
Maybe.
IP
Maybe.
address is same, but IP information is changing.
Okay, at your end or my end, you are saying?
In your end, previously it's shown
My end.
Maharashtra. Now it is showing Delhi
It will
region.
show like that. I'm a hacker, bro. You forget that. It will change like that. I use some tricks. I'll show you that also. It's okay. Sometimes it will change by generally. Sometimes it will change by using some tricks only. So only we have to consider the public IP. And at this point of time, while you are using your Wi-Fi router, it is showing the Wi-Fi router's IP address. But how the Wi-Fi router, or how, let's assume your at the same time I'm giving you the class, okay, with a Zoom. That means it is connection established with a Zoom only, okay, with my laptop. At the same time I'm going to open Instagram or something, or maybe Chat GPT something inside my mobile. Okay, the both devices are connected to the, let me show this here at least, mobile, laptop, router, Zoom, GPT. Okay, this is mobile, laptop, Wi-Fi, Zoom. I'm just using a GPT. I'm just giving an example. So devices, these two devices are connected to the Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi needs to send the data to these things. Okay, that means maybe there is a confusion will happen at this point of time. Let's assume I'm using GPT and telling the class also, taking the class to you, but it is crossing this one. Both Zoom and GPT will let to know only the public address of Wi-Fi address only. Okay, they don't know our IP address, because we don't have an IP address. They don't know uh, who are exactly want this specific service. It will show the Wi-Fi address only. Okay, the Wi-Fi IP address only accessible to each and everything, because it is having the public IP we don't have. So maybe is there is a chance, like at the same time, instead of it is showing me in the Zoom, it is showing me the GPT, because both devices are using the same Wi-Fi router. Okay, at this point of time, sorry, NAT will come. Okay, network address transmission is come. Okay, NAT is going to do create a table. At this table, it will give you a name. The Wi-Fi is give you a specific IP. Okay, private IP. Let's assume 192.168.0.1. Okay, that means your mobile is want to access GPT. Okay, and your lab is also having a name or a private IP 168.0.2. It wants Zoom. Okay, this way they are going to, the NAT is going to create a table inside the Wi-Fi. Okay, NAT is a inside part of a Wi-Fi router. So inside NAT is going to take care, even though there are 100 devices connected to this Wi-Fi, NAT is going to create 100 individual details to each and every device. Okay, the specific device wants to connect to Zoom. So it is crossing this Wi-Fi, it is going to connect Zoom. Again, the Zoom is going to send the response. It is reached the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is, the NAT is going to send it to directly to the laptop only. So this way, NAT is going to route the actual traffic from where to where. So this is the thing will happen. Only the Wi-Fi is having the public IP. Okay. Only Wi-Fi is having the public IP. So you can able to see, I've decoded each and everything I've given you. And also at this public IP, like IPv4 address public IP also, we have to make like a subnetting. Let's assume there are 4 billion IP addresses are there, you can see. Okay, there are 4 billion. That means a 400 crore plus IP addresses are available at this point of time in IPv4. That means this is a combination in between 0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255. Okay, from here to here there are 4 billion plus IP addresses are there. Okay, it is nothing but, if you want to use an IP, let's assume it is a 0.0.0.1. That means 0.0.0.1, and then 0.0.0.2 till it is going to 0.0. I'm sorry, 0.0.0.255, and then again same thing, 0.0.1.255, like this. It is going to touch this 255.255.255.255. The combinations between 0.0.0.2, this particular number having 4 billion IP addresses. So at this point of time, each every IP address, let's take it this 255.255.255. Okay, we told it is a 32 bit. Okay, it is a 32 bit IP address, right? How it got a 32? Because each and every 255 is having 8 octets or 8 bits. Okay, we can consider it is a 1 octet, that is, sorry, forget that spelling, 8 bits. Okay, how it looks like actually, 8 bits means it looks like 128 comma 64 comma 32 comma 16 comma 8 comma 4 comma 2 comma 1. So if you add each and everything, 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 255. If you see 255 here is, that means each and every bit is fulfilled. Okay, it is fulfilled. Let's assume it is a 254 only. At this point of time, this will be 0 instead of 1. Okay, or else I'll show you a clear example. Let me decode my IP only. How it going to understand by the systems, we'll see. So it is a 182. So if I want to fulfill this 182, can I take 128 here? Then you guys please answer, Surya or Pavan. It is 182. So can I able to take 128 here? I'll tell you. See, I have to take 128, and if I'm going to add 64, what will happen? How much I'll get?
192.
So it is crossed 182. So I can't.
192.
Yeah. 192 is bigger than 182, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I have to fulfill this number. So 128 is lesser than 182. So at this point of time, the first one I'm taking 128. And if I add 64, it is crossing 182. That means 192 or something, right? So it
Yes.
is already crossed. So I can't able to take this 64. So I'm taking 0. So can I take 32? If I
Yeah, you
take,
can.
yeah, if I take 32, 2 is like, it is 160, right?
Yeah.
So I can
Yes.
take 32. Can I take 16? It
You
is
can. I
160.
mean,
Yeah. 116 means a 176, right? Is it right?
yeah, one second.
One.
Yeah, one
So I
second.
can take 16 too. Can I take 176 means can I take 8?
No, 184.
Okay. So I can't take this. So if I can take 4,
Yeah,
it
you
is
can.
180. Then I can take 4. Can I take 2? Then it should be 182, I think.
Yeah.
So there is a one digit is there. We don't need to take this 0. Sorry, we take this 1. So it is a 0. So the binary code of this first bit 182 is 10110110. So if I want to fulfill this 65, can I take this 128? No, right?
So,
No.
uh,
Simple thing,
uh,
buddy. Simple thing. We just need to fulfill these numbers. If the numbers is higher than if 120 is higher than 65, so we can't able to take it. So can we take 64?
sir, I missed this. Like, why you took this number 182, 65, 236? Just normally, or
We are just
why
fulfilling this number. So how the system is going to understand? You can understand 182.65.236.80, right? But how
you
the
took
computer is going
manually?
to understand?
Okay.
And we are going to divide it into, like, we are going to do the subnetting. Sometimes you can see /24 /16 /8, those kind of numbers somewhere, like it is called a IP subnetting or something. How this is happening actually? That is the thing I'm going to tell you. Okay, it is just nothing but if you can able to see some IP address is here, it is just like a decoded or understand by the system. How we are going to understand? Let me give you an example. So it is a 65. So I can take 64. It is a lesser than 65. So I took 64. So can I take all these numbers or any other number at this point of time? So I can't take the
No.
first number, that is 128. So I can able to take the second number, which is 64, and I can't able to take 32. I can't able to take 16. I can't able to take 8. I can't able to take 4. Even I can't able to take 2 also. So I can able to take only one. Okay, it's nothing but each and every bit, like it is going to, you can able to understand this thing. So in 65, the first bit is 0, the second bit is 1. Okay, we are taking 64, and all other bits also considered as a 0, because if we want to fulfill 65, we can able to take 64 and last bit on 1 only, then it will be 65. So this is the binary number of a 65. Again, 236, 236. Can I able to take 128? It's lesser than that, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
And I can I able to take 64? Just to do calculate. If you have a calculator or something, just tell me like that. 64, and then can I take 32?
Yes.
Okay. Can I take 16?
No.
No. Just calculate it. 192 plus 32. How much it is?
224.
Yeah. Sorry. 192. Yeah. 224 means it's a 236. You can able to take this 16, right?
16 means like 240, right?
240. So we can't able to take 16. So if I take 8, how much it is?
Yeah, we can take that 8.
Yeah. So it is 236. So we can't take 4 to 1. So it is already fulfilled, right? Fine. So how about 80? Can I take 128?
No.
No. Can I take 64?
Yes.
Yes. Can I take 32? No. Like if 64 is we already taken, if we add 32, it is already crossed 80. So we can't take 32. Can I take 16? I think yes. 64 plus 16 is equal to 80. So I can take 16 and other all considered as zeros.
Hello.
So this is the actual
Before
binary number.
one, before one is after one, we can take 4 for 236.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking. You can see 0 is stands for 128. 1 is stands for 64. We are just
No,
adding.
previous binary for
Mhm.
236 is there, right? The binary code is 11101 and
000, right?
no triple zero. In that one 4 will come, sir. Exactly.
Maybe. Just tell
Yeah.
me your IP address at least. Just do my IP. We'll decode it here. Anyone's IP. In mobile also or laptop also. Just do my IP and let me know. We'll decode it here. Anyone is trying or you want me
Yeah,
to go to
it's
the other topic?
35 dot 35 35
Okay.
146
One part. Bro,
20.
if the class is getting bored, also let me know. I'll tell something.
No, sir, no, no.
Okay,
You can just
35, 146.
201
Okay.
201
Okay, 201
and then
dot
201 168
68. So if I
168.
want, oh, sorry, 168.
Yeah.
So if I want to decode the 35, I can't able to take 128. So the first bit is 0. Second bit is also 0. But I can able to take 32 because it is lesser than 35. So I can take 32. And also I can't add 16, right? Because there is a difference between 32 to 35. There is only 3 I can take. So I can't able to take 16 or 8. Sorry, yeah, I've clicked it here. Sorry for that. Yeah. So I can't take 8, 4. But I can take 2 and 1. We got uh, just a second. Clicked it. Okay. So I don't need to take 28, 128 or 64. That's why I take 32 because it is the number need to fulfill is 35. So that is 1001. Again 16, 8 and 4. 3 octets I cannot able to take because I need only 3 to fulfill the 35. So all the 3 zeros are there. 0, 0, 0 and then I have to take 2, it will be 34 and I have to take 1, it will be 35. So you can understand 0010011 is the binary number of this 35. If I want to fulfill this 146, okay, can I take this 128?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
148.
Can I take 64?
No.
Okay, it will be. Can I take 32?
No.
No. Can I take 16?
Yes.
Okay. What will be the number if I add 16? 38
144.
plus 6. 44. So I can take 16. So can I take
Yeah.
8?
No.
No. Can I take 4?
No.
No. Can I take 2?
Yes.
Okay. Can I? So it is fulfilled. So other octet should be 0. It should be considered as a 0 again. So if I want to fulfill this 201, so can I take 128? Just
Yes.
adding it, 128 plus 64. That means
192.
192. So can I take this 32?
No.
No. Can I take 16?
No.
No. Can I take this 8?
Yes.
Yes. Can I take 4?
No.
No. Can I take 2?
No.
No. Can I take 1?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the number. Again 168. Can I take 128?
Yes, sir.
Can I take 64?
No.
No. Can I take 32?
Yes.
Yes. Can I take 16?
No.
No. Can I take 8?
I missed the count.
It's okay. You can read it here. So we took 128 and 32. It is nothing but 160. So we're at 160. So can we take this 8? Yes,
Yes,
right.
okay.
Yes. So other, it's fulfilled. So other are 0. So this way the system is going to find out the binary number behind. So even though you guys are connecting through the IP address, but the system is going to understand this only. It is going to understand in this way. Okay. And the other part, major part is, we said it is a subnetting over there. Like if you want to see about, let's see, if it looks like this, sorry, 0.0.0/8. I told you it is 32 bit. That means 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. That means 8 plus 8 is 16. Again, 16 plus 8 is 24. Sorry, 26. Am I right? 26. Again, 26 plus 8 is 32. Sorry, 24 plus, I'm sorry, man. 6. 8 plus 8 is 16 and 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. I'm weak in maths, buddy. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means each and everything like in the 32 bit is formed with a 4/8. Okay, 4 octets only. So if I give /8, that means the first octet is occupied. You cannot change it. Even though if you give like 45.0.0.0/8 also, that doesn't mean, even though if there is some gap, like you can able to add like a 200 or something also, that doesn't mean you cannot use this 45. You cannot change this 45. You have to change the last 3 octets only. Like this way, if you want to change anything, maybe you can change like 1.2.3 or something like that. Okay,
Why we
this way,
cannot change,
this
sir?
because it is occupied. /8 means the first octet is occupied. Okay, this is called subnetting.
Okay.
Okay, instead of 8. Okay, instead of 8, if you see any number outside, like whether you are working in any company, let me show you. Is 255.255.0.0./16. It looks like the first 2 octets are fulfilled. The reason why I am saying is, if I am going to take a /8, how many combinations I will get with these 3 octets?
332.
Okay, if it is a combination of 4 octets, maybe it is a 4 billion. Okay,
Yeah.
if I'm going to block the first, if I'm going to create the combinations in between these 3 only, how many I'll get? Can I get at least lakhs instead of crores? At least, our understanding. I'll definitely get lakhs of IP addresses, right? With the
Yeah.
help of these 3. Okay, the
Yes.
combination of these 3, I'll get lakhs. So in companies, they want to create the IP address range. Let's assume If this Zoom wants to showcase, or if this Zoom wants to be stored in any specific server or in multiple servers also, like if Zoom wants some kind of a server support, okay, let's assume there is a net banking or like a HDFC, take it as an example. Okay, HDFC have a multiple options. Okay, net banking is there, debit cards is there, house loans is there, personal loans is there, debit cards is there, everything is there inside a specific bank. So they are not going to host everything inside a single server. Okay, they are going to split everything, they are going to host it in individual servers. Okay, if you want to open the HDFC website, it is accessing the primary server, but once you are going to try to the net banking, it is redirecting to the net banking server behind it. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, this is the actual server. Behind there are some other servers also there. Okay, this is the application server, app server. All these also act like application server only, but if you want to, this is net banking, this is debit cards, this is credit cards. Okay, so once you are going to log into the application, it is redirected to the application layer only, like this server only. Once you are going to select the net banking and click on the net banking, it is redirecting to the net banking server. All these are for act like a single server only, but while we are doing it, we can't able to get it. There are two or more servers behind that, but the employees or the engineers can get to know there are multiple servers behind, because to reduce the load. Okay, if a thousand people wants to use the net banking and a thousand people wants to use the debit card while drawing the money, and a thousand people are swiping the same thing at the point of time they are using credit cards. If all things comes to the single server, maybe it will create a more load. Okay, I gave you the example 1,000. What if it comes to 1 lakh? Okay, 1 lakh people wants to do the net banking, 1 lakh people wants to use their debit cards, and 1 lakh people wants to use their credit cards. So 3 lakh is there. Again, I'm going to increase the uh, capacity. So 1 million wants to use net banking, 1 million wants to use debit card, 1 million wants to use the credit card. At this point of time, the server cannot be able to take that much load. So eliminate this kind of process. Most of the companies, organizer applications are going to split into their services into individual servers. All the servers act like an individual server. Okay, it is going to pass through a single server. Okay, or application server. It is going to passing through. We don't know, the customers or clients don't know what is running behind, but it is acts like a single server or a single application, but behind there are multiple servers are there. Okay,
Gateway.
to host to host these applications, they need a specific IP address range, right? So for that only the subnetting will came up. If I want to use a 10 servers, do I need /8 or /16? So the combinations of /16 will give you 65,000 available IP address. Do I need 65,000? No, right? See, 255.255.255.0/24. Here in this /24, the first 3 octets are fulfilled. Only the last octet can be available to use it. That means how many numbers I'll get if I'm going to use this last octet?
256, sir.
Yeah, so I can able to use to this /24, right, to host my 10 or 20 servers, because each and every server need an IP address at this point of time. So I have to make a subnetting. I have to make it as an individual single private network. Okay, usually companies are going to make it align. I'm going to give this first application server as a 1. Okay, 255.255.255.1 is the first server, .2 is the second server, .3 is the third server, .4 is the fifth server, like .10 till I'm going to give. Or else if I want to use only 5 or 10 available servers, how can I'm going to decode this? 255
ఇస్తుందన్న గ్యారంటీ లేదు. ఇట్లాంటి
200
సెకండ్ మాస్టర్స్ చదివినా
I can
కూడా
able to give it like a
లో వర్క్ చేసినా కూడా వాళ్ళు సంపాదించే మనీ ఏదైతే ఉందో జాబ్ చేసి వాళ్ళ కాలేజ్
ఎవరండి టీవీ ఆన్ చేసింది? బోర్ కొడితే చెప్పండి, ఆపేస్తాను నేను. సో ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే నాకు అసలు ఈ 256 కూడా అవసరం లేదు. ఐఎమ్ సారీ, ఐ కేమ్ టు తెలుగు. ఓకే, ఐ డోంట్ నీడ్ 256 also. I just need 5 or 10 available IP addresses only. So what should I do at this point of time? Okay, what should I do at this point of time? I'm generally giving this number only. So I need only 10 or 20, or maybe let's consider if I give 250. Okay, if I give like this, so how many available IP addresses are here? Maybe it looks like all the octets are fulfilled, but it's not. Okay, the last octet should be still available. Okay, or else you can give like 252 something. At least I can able to use last 2 or 3. Okay, we can able to take like less than 10 or maybe less than 20 kind of. Based on that we are going to arrange it. After 24 we are going to use /30 or maybe /28 to avail the some required IP addresses. So companies are going to do this only inside their networks. Okay, while you are going to
30 means
30 means I'll show you how it is going to decode it. Yeah, you know this number, right? This binary number, it is going to create it. 30 means there are how many numbers are available? 4 or 5? 5, right? 5. Okay, let me decode it here only. Let's consider 255. That means all octets are fulfilled, right?
Yes.
So these are fulfilled. So if I'm going to fulfill this 250, what I need to take? 128 I can take, right? 64 I can take. 32 I can take. 16 I can take. I think 8 I can take. So what is the number of 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8? Can anyone do that? 128 plus 64 is 192. 192 plus 32 is 224. 224 plus 16 is
248 total.
Sorry, 248. So I have to fill this specific number or something. So it needs to be available like if I give 248 means you have to 248 like this. Okay, so there are like this. So you can able to consider like this. Okay, it is going to simply it is going to loaded till here only. The last 2 or 3 or maybe 5 or 6 digits are available. Okay, it is already occupied. Like in the specific octet also, let's consider. Okay, in the specific octet also there are only some point till some point only occupied. Okay, till 80% or 90% or 20% is occupied. Maybe a few percentage is available. This way also we can able to do the subnetting.
But
Okay,
subnet is wrong, na? 29 it will come, right?
Maybe that's why I'm saying maybe it is 29 or something. Okay, we don't need this much calculation, but for understanding only I'm telling you that. Okay, it is nothing but at some point of level it is going to occupied, and there are maybe 2 or 3 maybe are available, 5 or 6. Okay, the combination of 4 to 1 is called how much it is? 6 or 7? 7 only, right? If you're going to add a 7 or something here, it is going to be 255. So the 7 available IP addresses only there in this subnet IP address. in the subnet range, sorry, not IP address, in the subnet range. If you take like this, if you want only 3 or 4 or maybe 5 IP addresses only, you can able to create your subnetting like this. Okay, mostly no one do that. The companies will do the /16. Okay, they'll use VPCs, virtual private clouds. Inside that VPC, they're going to use a subnets. Okay, what we are shown here, the subnets range. Maybe they are going to use this /24 or something. Okay, for some subnets they use 24, some subnets they are going to use 22. The same thing, if again they are going to use 22 or something, that means they are going to use some other number they can able to access. Okay, what the companies will do, they are use mostly two subnets. Okay, one is a public subnet, the other one is a private subnet. Okay, public subnet and private subnet, they are making everything inside a specific IP range only. Okay, for the recognition purposes and all, and traffic purposes and everything, they are going to make it in a specific virtual private cloud. Under that, they are going to create subnets inside the subnet range. These are called subnets only, subnet range only. It is /8, /16, /24. These are like a subnetting range only. If they want to create subnetting range, first of all, they are going to take this VPC as a mostly by default /16. You can see the /16 is considered as a VPC range. Okay, they can the VPC can able to produce 60,000 something IP addresses. Inside the /16, again they are going to take it like a 24 or 22. Okay, they are going to take this. Okay, what is need to be available to the outside world, it is going to be placed in the subnets. Like a public subnet, they are going to place this major application, and the behind applications like these main servers are going to hosted in private subnet. Okay, they'll create a route. Okay, I told you the NAT is here, right? This NAT is going to installed in this the application server. The application server is in a public subnet. The NAT is going to connect to this behind servers inside the private subnet. The traffic is happening like that. If a hacker wants to hack this application at network level also, maybe they can get a application code or maybe application details, but they can never able to access this these actual servers like net banking, like a debit card, credit card servers or details, because it is in a private subnet. The major part is only this application server having the public IP. It is visible to the public, so it is not visible to the public. Okay, these are having private IPs like our devices which is connected to the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi will never show our details. Wi-Fi show their detail on, like this application server show their detail on. Okay, if you want to access or if you want to hack, you can maybe able to hack the application server only. So behind servers we cannot able to touch because those don't have the public IP addresses. But still, some networking concepts and tools or services, we can able to route the traffic to these actual servers behind the public subnet. Okay, it is in a private subnet. Private subnet is a completely isolated. We cannot able to contact this. Okay, unless we are knowing these details. We have to know these private private IP addresses, and we have to know the keys. There are some keys are there, we can able to access these things. Okay,
But Sai, one moment.
Yeah.
You were saying they can't able to track, but in the firewall layers, in the 7-layer system, they can track these also.
Yeah,
It's
there are.
possible.
That's why I told you it is a network level. You cannot able to access this, but application level you can able to access this because of the loopholes inside the application.
The firewall system layer 7 is in the network level only, I think.
What if you cross the firewall? See, there are in digital world, there are bunch of vulnerabilities inside the network and applications. Maybe you are saying an unauthorized access can able to stop by the firewall. Okay, I have logged in as a normal user. Okay, I've created a username password in Flipkart, so firewall can stop me?
No, you are a accessible person.
Yeah, so or else I'm going to steal some others data, like some other username password. Okay, I'm going to use those. Firewall cannot stop me at this point of time, right? So I've logged in. So there are two kind of things. One is I'm going to do the attack at a login page end, or else I'm going to attack after login. I'm going to attack the application in different ways. There are bunch of vulnerabilities is there. While you are browsing, while you are clicking, while you are opening, while you are giving, while you are installing, while you are downloading, or while you are modifying, whatever it is, you can name it. I'll call it. There are bunch of things are there. You can able to do n number of things with a application. What I am saying is usually for the security purposes, okay, the companies are going to showcase the actual application, even though Google also have the the browsers application. Behind there are bunch of servers are there. Okay, those are don't have the public IP, but the connectivity between this public IP based server and private IP based servers are established. It can be only known by the employees inside that company only. Okay, usually these kind of setup is called as a bastion host. Okay, bastion host. Okay, Linux servers are mostly used. They are going to create a bastion host, so they are going to configure these in these other private servers data inside this bastion host. They are going to connect whenever they need it. It is going to connect it. Okay, they are going to create some kind of networking things and all. They are going to enable the connectivity through this public server to the private server. Okay, for the information purposes only it is going to used. But the thing is, there are some loopholes over there. Even though if the application is using these credit card, net banking, everything which is hosted behind the servers also, there are some loopholes in the application that will allow you directly to these servers. Even though if you don't know there are servers are there or not, or even though they are not having public addresses or not, still you can able to access these. Maybe you consider it as each and everything as a single server, but maybe you don't know that. But still you can able to affect these servers because of the vulnerabilities inside the application. Okay, but if you want to log in like an employee, or if you want to log in like a normal person, it won't be available. You can't able to access these servers in general way until unless if you have the username passwords of these behind servers, then only you can able to access it those servers with the help of this actual public server only. Okay, it's a kind of architecture the companies are using nowadays. At least you got this IP address concepts, like what is IP and how this IP is going to understand the system and how we are going to subnet this IP address. Like /8, /16, /28, or if you want to take /18 also, that means it is going to some amount of release happen in this third octet also. Okay, if it is going to /16, that means this 8 is already completed 16, and 18 means maybe 2 octets is blocked in this particular third octet. Okay, sorry, 2 bits are occupied in this third octet. Maybe the other bits are be available. So we can able to give anything like that. We can able to customize the IP address range based on our requirements. You got it, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any networking guys are here? Network related? No,
Yeah, I've
I'd
done
like to
that.
know.
I've
Yeah,
done that.
Daniel, am I explained clearly, or do I need to
No,
improve?
no, you're right. There's one thing if you make it even much simpler. When you were explaining the binaries, you made it so simple.
Yeah, very simple.
You simplify. That's the clearest and the most simplified way of seeing somebody demonstrating that.
Yes, yes.
So that's a good thing. Yeah, you're on point though. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make you understand each and every concepts in the cybersecurity. That's why then you can able to. What if an interviewer is going to ask you? So, do you know about subnetting in interview suddenly? You don't go. You don't show the blank face, right? That's in that purpose only. I'm just explaining, because in interviews I'll ask the candidates like this.
Yeah.
The one and only thing, if you couldn't understand, you can't able to hack that much. Okay, you have to showcase your potentiality at that point of time in the interview only. That's why I'm explaining each and everything in detail. The one and only thing, you need to be precise about the networking and the operating systems and some tools and
Yeah.
services which is related to the cybersecurity. That's it. You don't need much thing. Automatically, all these things will take you to some point.
Mhm.
Yeah. um, I'm done, buddy. I've lost
Okay.
my throat.
Sai, the class notes is still I cannot able to see your files.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I have double checked and triple checked, but
No, buddy. Have you paid the fee? I think they'll give you the access to the paid persons. Let me
yeah, I
share
have paid it
screen.
already.
This is my screen, which I have uploaded. You can see the documents, right?
Mhm.
You can see these network types,
Yeah.
global submarine cables, ICNA, OSI, TCP, packet flow, OSI layers,
Different
IP
Yeah,
link,
address.
and
7/28
this is the
January it has
Google
been
Classroom.
started.
I
Yeah,
think
Google Classroom it
on the
is.
page,
See, if
on
you are
the
going to, maybe you got this access, right? Ashok IT website access, right?
yeah, it's not been loaded over
Yes,
there.
yes, yeah.
You
Let
can't
me
see
click
you
here.
can't see the notes over there. Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
it's
he's
not
trying to
locating
say.
like this, huh?
Yeah. Right. So when you click it, nothing shows, right?
What can you able to see this one? This point? Classroom something.
I can able to see that Zoom URL join class and the course
No.
status.
I'm asking this last portion. Google Classroom. This one.
No.
No,
Okay.
I don't
Usually it
see
is
that.
redirecting to the Google Classroom. You
Oh,
can
okay.
see. Okay, it is redirecting to the Google Classroom. You can see.
Okay, I'll test it after classes and see.
Let me go to the
They gave
page.
the different links, not the same links. We can't able to log in the same link. Recorded section link we can't able. They gave the different one.
Let me check with them then. I think the admin guys are going to upload it to there, or if needed, then I'll upload it. Not a big deal. If I have the access, I'll upload it for you. But the thing is, you got the actual access to see those things or not. Let me check with them.
What is this
Any?
workspace access git repo?
Sorry.
In this tab, there is showing workspace access git repo.
That is the Google Classroom.
There are bunch of things will redirect. In that Ashok IT thing, once you are going to click something, it is going to redirect into some GitHub links, right, Nishant?
Yeah, GitHub, right? Yes.
GitHub
Based
links.
on based on they'll give you bunch of links like if related to cyber security, they'll named it like cyber security, Java, kind of everything. You are going to just click it or copy paste it, that URL in the browser. Maybe you'll redirect it. So, what's the plans on weekend? Don't say I'm going to prepare.